I'm not going to.
Oh, hell.
Good afternoon, everyone. What did you have for breakfast today? Any sausage or bacon, maybe both? They are pretty delicious, but do you know what they actually have to go through in order to be your breakfast meal? The Humane Slaughter Act of 1958 requires that animals to be stunned unconscious with an application of a stunning device before being hoisted up on the line. Although this law is made to prevent harm to animals, animals are still being cruelly tortured at slaughterhouses all over the world. America's need for meat is high, and in a slaughterhouse, the time is very fast-paced. Therefore, having to stun the animals causes downtime, usually with it being bypassed or ignored. Workers at times get frustrated with the fast-paced work and take it out on the poor animals. Baby cows having their heads smashed with a metal hammer to birds being dragged and thrown around by their wings and necks, such as the ones being in these slideshows here. These incidents are happening in America today, meaning these poor and tortured animals are your hamburger and chicken tomorrow. Now, does that settle well? If this news is making it hard to swallow, don't worry. There are some things you could do that could greatly help these animals. Meatless Mondays is a great way to start. Why is Meatless Mondays, you may ask? Well, Meatless Mondays is a non-profit initiative of the Monday campaigns in association with Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. The goal is to help you reduce your meat consumption by 15% in order to improve your personal health and the well-being of the earth. In simpler terms, it's pretty much just cutting meat out for one day a week. I know it sounds crazy because most of us love us some steak, but its long-term effects are definitely worthwhile. It not only helps the abused animals in the slaughterhouses, but as well as your own health and the environment. It's such a small thing to participate for the triple to strike, but if you're still not convinced, let me give you a closer look. The health benefits it offers is many. It limits cancer risk for one. Hundreds of studies show and suggest that diets in high fruits and vegetables may reduce cancer risk since both red and processed meat consumption are associated with colon cancer. Cancer is one of our deadliest and most feared diseases. So doing anything possible to reduce this chance sounds pretty logical. Cancer can be hereditary, so making sure that you're doing all that you can to keep your future kids healthy is a great way to do this. Another is reducing heart disease. Recent data from the Harvard University study found that replacing saturated fat-rich foods, for example, meat and full-fat dairy, with foods that are rich in polyunsaturated fat, for example, vegetable oils, nuts, seeds, reduces the risk of heart disease by 19%. Another would be fighting diabetes. Research studies show that higher consumption of red processed meat increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. Another would be curb obesity. People on low meat or vegetarian diets have significantly lower body weights and body mass indices. A recent study from Imperial College London also found that reducing overall meat consumption can prevent long-term weight gain. Obesity can also link to other diseases such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and more. So pretty much eating all this meat isn't going to help you live longer or look any sexier in that bathing suits, ladies and gents. The last one would be living longer. Red and processed meat consumption is associated with increases in total mortality, cancer mortality, and cardiovascular disease mortality. Now, living longer is a given reason to want to participate in Meatless Mondays, to watch your legacy carry on as much as you can from your children to your great-grandchildren. Another would be also to give the world more of you to go around as long as you can give them. Improving your diet, consuming beans, peanuts, results in a higher intake of fiber, protein, zinc, and iron, with lower intakes of saturated fat and total fat. Another reason to go for Meatless Mondays would be the Reducing your carbon footprint. The United Nations Foods and Agricultural Organization estimates the meat industry generates nearly 1/5 of man-made greenhouse gas emissions that are accelerating climate change for worldwide, far more than transportation. And an annual worldwide demand for meat still continues to grow. Holding off in meat consumption once a week can help you slow down this trend. And helping Mother Earth by giving her one day off a week from all these harmful emissions is the best you could do. Minimizing water usage. The water needs of livestock are tremendous, far above those of vegetable or grains. An estimated of 1,800 to 2,500 gallons of water to go into a single pound of beef. And for soy tofu, it only requires 220 gallons of water per pound. To help reduce fossil fuel dependence, on average, about 40 calories of fossil fuel energy go into every calorie of feedlot beef in the U.S. Compare this to 2.2 calories of fossil fuels energy needed to produce 1 calorie of plant-based protein. Moderating meat consumption is a great way to cut fossil fuel demand. And the most important reason of all these would be to stop the abuse. Meat companies know about this fast news spreading movement. If enough join, it could make a big enough impact, and we will show that we do not support such actions towards these animals. Just by taking a break on every Monday, we'll show these companies that we do not only approve of these actions, but will not support it. And the more we get involved in this movement, the more popular it will become and known, because people tend to follow what's popular. And by you on your own, by doing Meatless Mondays, we'll be saving 28 land animals per year from this harm. Farm animals are every bit as intelligent and capable of feeling pain as suffering as the dogs and cats many of us love. If you feel the abuse and harm is wrong, please do your part by looking into a Meatless Mondays diet. One small change for you could be a big change for animals in the future. By withdrawing your support from this cruel system, we will put our ethics on the table and make a statement for a kinder and more compassionate society for all.